Chomsky has actually classified the grammars into four types: type 3, type 2, type 1 and type 0, right? So if you are looking at how these grammars look like, I'll just give you examples. So type 3 grammars, which are also called as regular grammars, so they look like this: A derives alpha, let's say B or beta. So where alpha should be only of type terminals, alpha comma beta, they should be both of them belongs to T star, which means they are going to be a combination of terminals, and A and B can be variables. A and B belongs to V. So what I mean to say is, whenever you look at any production of form like this, A derives A, B, B or small c, or A derives B, A, C or small d, like this, which means there should be only one variable in the right hand side, and that should either occur at the rightmost or in the leftmost. Then you can say that the grammar is type 3, right? And the type 2 grammar is also called as context free grammar. Type 3 grammar is regular grammar, type 2 grammar is context free grammar, right? So in this context free grammar, you should have all the productions of form A derives alpha, right, where alpha can be either variables or terminals. So I think you know what are variables and terminals. So to keep the thing simple, you can take variables to be capital letters and terminals to be small letters, right? That is actually not the correct definition, but just for you to remember them in the exam. I'm just saying you because you have to remember it in the exam. Capital letters are variables and small letters are terminals. So in type 2 grammar, you can see in the left hand side a variable, which means a capital letter, and in the right hand side you can see a combination of variables and terminals. You can even see epsilon in the right hand side. Here also you can even see epsilon in the right hand side. Epsilon is also allowed, right? So here you can allow a combination of variables or terminals, right? Therefore you are going to see, for example, you can see A derives A, B, C or A or epsilon. All this can form type 2 grammar. Got it? And then type 1 grammar is context sensitive grammar. So context sensitive grammars can be in the left hand side alpha derives beta. Here left hand side, both left hand side and right hand side can be any combination of variables and terminals. So here you can see only variable, but here only one variable. Here you can see more than one variable and a combination of variables and terminals. Only restriction is that left side should always be less than or equal to right side, which means it should always be expanding, it should not be contracting, right? And type 0 grammar is called as, this type 1 grammar is called as context sensitive grammar, and type 0 grammar is called as unrestricted grammar. So in this unrestricted grammar you can have productions of type alpha derives beta, where alpha and beta, these two, here also alpha and beta, they can be either variables or terminals or any combination. Here also alpha and beta can be variables or terminals or any combination, and there is actually no restriction at all. Anything can be allowed. Only thing is alpha cannot be epsilon, right? Here also alpha cannot be epsilon. Alpha is not equal to epsilon, right? So these are the four types of grammars. Just for your understanding, I have given you this. So clearly this one is it is not type 3. They are asking about the highest number. It is not type 3, so it is type 2. It is context free grammar, it is type 2, because left hand side is single variable and right hand side is a combination of variables and terminals. Therefore it satisfies type 2 context free grammar, right? So in fact you can even remember one more thing like this: if a grammar is type 3, then it is also type 2. If a grammar is type 2, it is also type 1. If a grammar is type 1, it is also type 0, which means if a grammar is type 3, by definition it is in all the grammars, right? If a grammar is type 2, by definition it is in all these two, right? So which means if a grammar satisfies type 3 condition, it is already satisfying type 2, type 1 and type 0. That is why they are asking what is the highest type number that the grammar is satisfying. Got it? And you know the names of this one is regular grammar, type 3, and type 2 grammar is context free grammar, and type 1 grammar is context sensitive grammar, and type 0 grammar is unrestricted grammar. Got it? So again, for detailed explanation, please watch the gate videos. Here I want to keep it simple and fast. Okay, fine.